Welcome, everybody, to the Brian Paris Show, the July Sunday edition, coming to you after Independence Day. I hope you all had a blessed Independence Day. I hope you really celebrated the meaning of it and the fact that it could be our last one ever. It really could. Our republic is obviously, as most of you know, I hope most of you know, it's on a thread. I think that string is either just about to break or it's broken and it's slowly deteriorating. And unfortunately, people aren't seeing it. And the people maybe that are seeing it are like, well, eh, what can I do about it? Nothing anyway, right? Wrong. Anybody, if we all stood up together, we the people, small business owners, the everyday hardworking citizen, we would actually make a difference. Because in the United States Constitution, the first words are "we the people." So we the people have to step up, stand up. My guest today, Lenny Dykstra. We're going to break into politic talk. We're going to talk baseball, World Series, and many other things. But before we get to Lenny, I've had some buddies pass away recently that I want to honor, especially one of my shipmates. Um, I met him day one of boot camp. His name is Timothy Euchre, and we went same school, same boot camp, same A school, same ship, same everything. He was an airman, so I want to play taps for him right now. That was for my fallen shipmate, Timothy Euchre. And also, we had another loss recently. One of my former high school teammates, James Caruso, he passed away July 1st. So I just want to send thoughts and prayers with the Caruso family as well. But now that we're past honoring my shipmate and my friend, I don't want to keep him waiting long. He's in the green room. He's looked like he's ready to go. I want to introduce World Series champion, former Major League Baseball player for the New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies, Lenny Dykstra.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Lenny, your volume. The volume.
Too loud? Is it too loud?
Volume. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
The camera's good. I just can't hear you.
Okay, hold on. I'm just one second. It's on mute here. Let me turn this off. Here. Okay, hold on. Volume. Let's say.
But anyway, as Lenny fixes that we'll get to Lenny here in a second. Can't wait to talk to politics with Lenny. Get him going. Here we go. We're gonna try Lenny one more time here. You get it, Lenny?
Yeah, you got it? Hear me?
Hit the volume. Try the volume on the side of your phone. See if that'll.
I'm on the phone. Here, I'm on the phone. Here.
Lenny's learning technology. Lenny's learning technology here, y'all. So bear with him. Can you hear me okay? Give us a few seconds, everyone. Sorry about that. Sometimes technical difficulties happen, especially people learning to do things on different units. It's tough, but he'll get it fixed. He'll get it going, and we'll have Lenny here in a second. Hi, can you hear me? Okay. Let's see. Let me try to load it up on my phone and see how I can maybe help them here. Let's see. Oh, you know what? It might be Lenny, when you type in your name, it might there's like a little microphone and camera thing. See if that one of those is X'd out. Try to see if one of those.
Can you hear me now? Fucking computer. Just a second, bro. Stay with me. Really worth it. Hold on. I'm looking, staring right at you. This is crazy. Hold on.
I feel bad.
The
I don't know how
volume.
to help you.
Stick with me, brother. So, I'm only on the phone then.
Is there? Are you able to see
Yeah, I see
these on
everything.
where your video is, and see if any
Yeah,
of those are
I see
accent?
everything. That's not the issue. I see everything. The issue is is that it's not. So let me. Okay, so on.
All right, I'm going to give Lenny a few seconds here, guys. So we're going to talk some baseball today. Hope everybody that's tuning in is going to like a little baseball at first, and then we're going to jump into politics, and we're just going to see where the conversation flows and takes us. And yeah, I'm looking forward to talking with Lenny here, as a lot of you guys are waiting as well. I know I had a lot of buddies excited that Lenny Dykstra is coming on the show. They couldn't believe it. So for all you Met fans out there, yeah, this is one of your guys who won you the last World Series you guys have ever had. In 1986 is the last time the Mets have won the World Series. I think the last time they played in the World Series was 2000 against the Yankees, I believe, the Subway Series. Um, but I don't quote me. I'm not a Met fan, so I'm actually a Braves fan. And but just looking forward to hearing some good stories, what it's like to win a World Series for those of us who dreamed of playing in the big leagues and winning a World Series. Lenny's done it. He's been there, done that, and just excited to talk to him. He's getting everything worked out here, and once we get it going, we'll get this show on the road. We're just very excited today. Let's see. Just give us a few seconds, guys. He's working it out, getting it on. Let's see. I'm gonna see if Lenny's volume's working out. Hey, Lenny, how you doing? Can you hear?
Yeah, I hear you great.
Yep, still can't hear you, unfortunately. Darn it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Wonder.
Hold on.
Is there like a microphone on your screen anywhere that you can click that might look like it's muted?
Yeah, I'm clicking it right now. This is fucking crazy. Never done this before ever. It's locked.
All right, guys. Sorry. Appreciate the patience, everyone. I know sometimes technology can be a pain in the butt for some people. It's a little tough. Let me see.
Okay, so this is share.
I feel bad for them. It's hard. It's hard to help someone when you're not actually physically in that room to help them. I feel bad, but he'll get it. He's a big leaguer. But anyway, I don't want to keep too much dead air going, but I hope everyone is uh, doing well with this economy that's going on. You know, we have so many issues going on in our nation, but the number one is the economy for us. Now, it's solid for probably people that our country's funding, but the economy for us is pretty tough. I believe we're in a recession going into a Great Depression. As you can see, other countries are taking taking their money off the dollar. So they're putting it on bricks and other things. And so where we should be doing is investing in gold and silver, I believe personally, and also physical assets, land, property, just physical assets that you can that you'll either hold value or increase in value. So just look into that, maybe some XRP. Personally, I don't know on that for sure, but that's where I do have some investments. Um, and just really hedge yourself to at least hold your value and hold your assets because the economy is only going to get worse, y'all. I believe the dollar is going to crash. It has to crash in order for people to wake up. I believe. I think it's just something that has to happen in order for us to go back to the gold standard, God's money, because the gold standard existed long before the dollar came in I think through the Woodrow Wilson Federal Reserve Act in 1913, and that's when kind of the evil communist Marxists took over the money. You know, if you look on the money, they got the symbolism and different things on there, and but yeah, so let's look into that. Let's keep supporting local farms, shop local produce stands, different things like that to help out the local economy. Forget the big stores, the corporations. They have plenty of money. They're the ones actually funding the Marxist woke culture. So stop supporting those people. Stop support patriot businesses that help take care of local products. And it's going to be a long, long summer, long fall up until the election time. If there is election, I do talk about this a lot. Uh, I mean, if they don't switch out Joe Biden, which I believe they were going to a long time ago, I thought they were going to put in Big Mike, Gavin Newsom, or Hillary. That's who I kind of where I see them kind of going. But if they don't, if they leave Biden in, um, I think martial law is called. There's no way they allow an election to happen with that clown because and then if the election does happen, they won't transfer the power because everything they accuse President Trump of and accuse us people of is what exactly they're doing or going to do. Just like with the bird flu, um, that all of a sudden people are contracting. It's just another scare method. 2020 was the test dummy year. We're going to see how people react to different things coming up that are going to happen, and we'll just see. We'll just see what goes on. But the big voting is the primary. You got to get in constitutional candidates. You have to get rid of the rhinos. You have to get rid of the communists. You have to get rid of the people that the parties are pushing forward. You have to get rid of the people that have been in office for a long time. And don't forget, guys, in 2020, these politicians forced you to get masks. They forced you to get a bioweapon. They shut your business down. And now they're saying, oh, we never did that. We have a commissioner here that said, oh, we never masked anybody. We never told anybody they had to shut down. Lady, you were smoking some good crack, Starkey, because you sure did. You sure did. And yet, these people keep getting reelected over and over. They need to be held accountable for what they did to us. And if you don't hold them accountable, then they're just going to keep sliding by, man. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But I'm gonna check in with Lenny here real quick, see how he's doing, and give me a 1 minute, y'all. So I'll give you guys a quick little statistical update on Lenny Dykstra since he's working to get his way on, and let's see, he played about 13 seasons. Won the World Series in 1986 with the New York Mets. He has a career 81 home runs, 285 batting average, 404 RBIs, 285 stolen bases. Not bad, not bad. I mean, most of us don't even have chase that dream. I'm gonna actually see how Lenny's doing real quick. Let me check in on Lenny. Hey, Lenny, how you doing, bud?
You know what? Dude,
Still can't hear you. Damn it, he can hear me, but I can't hear him. There's something on his end. Either his volume's muted,
dude, give me a number,
or something in there.
It's that old computer, dude.
But Lenny was drafted by the New York Mets in the 13th round of the 1981 June Amateur Major League Draft. He is from Garden Grove High School in California. He debuted May 3rd, 1985 at the age of 22. And in his last game he played was in, May 18th, 1996, the year I graduated high school. So for all my brothers and sisters who graduated then, we were graduating when Lenny was playing his last season. We're gonna get him on here. We're gonna get to talk to him here in a minute, and once we do, you're gonna hear some great stories, some great baseball stories, some politics. Just looking forward to that as he's trying to get everything handled and on. I feel bad. He's not used to technology, y'all. So please forgive us, forgive. Call. I've never done that, but yeah, let's do it. Sure. He's gonna call in, y'all, and we're gonna try it this way. Never done it before, but we're gonna do it because that's how we'll do it. We'll make it happen. I'll still put him on to where you can see him, and but at least you'll hear his voice through the phone number, and give us 1 second. He's working it right now. All right, here we go. Hey, Lenny.
Hey, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It happens. I'm gonna.
I'm not making excuses, but this is no kidding. Like my two
Two computers. Is it too loud?
computers,
No. There's just an echo.
Okay, but my two computers are broken down, so I'm using like a 19 console computer.
No
And
problem.
so I was trying, and it looked like it was going to work. But the bottom line is
console
we're
computers.
still going to give them plenty of rap
So
and information and
I was trying
communication.
and looking
No problem.
like it was gonna work,
What I'll
but
do is
the bottom line is
I'm
we're
going to
still
give you a twofer.
gonna give them plenty of rap and
One,
information
the
and
next one will have a
communication.
real computer that'll work.
Okay, no problem. Do you want to
What
close
what
off
I'll
that
do
link
is
and I'll just keep you on the phone? That way it doesn't have a
what I'll
big echo.
do is we're gonna give you a two-fer,
Get off there, dude.
and this is
Well,
the
yeah, you close off
one
the
of
link
one.
and I'll just keep.
The next one will have a real computer that'll work.
I'll just keep you on the phone.
Get off the phone, dude, right now.
All right. Can you hear? There we
You gotta
go.
Get off the phone, dude.
Who?
You,
Oh no, you're good to go. I got you. You're good. You're clear. You ready, Lenny?
yeah, ready.
Okay, so everyone, I just want to introduce you to Lenny Dykstra. Thanks for coming on, Lenny. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the.
Oh, it happens. No worries. Hey, man.
I have a computer that's a legitimate fossil, and when I say that, that's not being like joking. It's that like you went to a fossil. So you can hear me better now.
Yes, sir. I got you. And so we'd love to hear about some baseball stories, like the year you won the World Series with the Mets. I got a lot of Met fans that watch this show, and they're very excited to have you on. If you could talk a little bit of that season. My aunt, Aunt Maggie, she was a huge Gary Carter fan. I don't know if you have any Gary Carter stories, but also I'd like to ask you what it was like to be a leadoff batter at away games. Oh shit. We just lost Lenny. He hung up. Uh-oh. Hang on. Let me get him back here, guys.
Are you hearing me better?
Yeah. I got you on the phone. You're good.
Okay, good. So listen, we're gonna have to do the phone because this computer is a fossil, and like it's kind of like baseball players when they get older, shit don't work as good, and so like right now I'm like kind of older with this computer, and I'm not kidding. You have two like new ones here that are broke. So this one had all worked out, but it's the same thing in sports as in life. Like it doesn't matter how hard you hit the ball, but if you hit it right at somebody, you're still out.
Yep.
So I can tell you all the excuses and give you all the reasons why that we're not on camera, but it doesn't matter. You know why? Life's all about results.
Yeah, no big.
And so I didn't get the result. I got half a result, which actually is the first time I ever got half of anything. So anyway, once you go ahead and fire away, and like I said, going on the record right now, this is our warm up, and then I'll come on live when I have a real computer, and we'll do the show. So you're getting 2 for 1.
All right, no problem. Appreciate you, Lenny. But so I'd love to get right into it with some baseball first, and then we'll move to politics if that's okay. So I have a lot of Met fans who listen to this show, and they're very excited to have you on. Do you have any 1986 World Series Met stories like from the season? And my aunt Maggie, who passed away in 2015, she was a huge Gary Carter fan. I don't know if you have any Gary Carter stories, but we just love to hear some stories from there. And then if you can maybe talk about what it's like to be a leadoff hitter at away games and some Ron Darling fake cancer stories. I'd love to hear some some roasting of Ron Darling.
Yeah, you're on a good topic. I like that. Well, let's first start with Gary Carter, because Gary Carter was a man, okay, and he. One second.
No problem.
And I didn't spit my chew out either, by the way.
What's that?
I didn't spit my chew out either. When I said just a second, I didn't spit chew out. I quit chewing the back.
Oh, no worries.
So Gary Carter, I have to locker next to him, and Gary Carter, when he strapped it on, he was a man, okay? Meaning he was everything that you would want in a player. He was a leader. He was very competitive. He was tenacious. He wasn't afraid to fight with the other team. But off the field, he was the gentleman and father and husband that a wife and kids can only dream of having. But that's what makes you wonder, and I don't want to get into this, but, about this whole God thing, like, why would God take him before, like, me? Meaning, because again, I've lived a pretty up and down life, which is the way I roll. But what I'm saying is, me and a million other people, with all the murders in jail. But again, that's something way above both of our pay grades, and we don't even want to waste the time going there because we don't have the answers.
Well, I mean, I could talk to you a little bit about it. I mean, God uses us for a certain time. We're here for a reason. We're all going to die someday. And sometimes when it's our time, we're going to go. He uses good men to be an example for the time that we're here. And once we're done with whatever it is, and that's just life, So
that's interesting. That's an interesting approach, and it makes sense. But again, I mean, look, again, we're not going to get into religion, but I mean, how many religions are there? 12, 14? I mean, so the bottom line is
Gary was a great man. You're saying spiritual faith.
Yeah, when I was over 2 or over 3, I found God all the time. God, oh, please, God help me. I mean, it's funny how we find God when things are bad, but when things are going good, it's a little different. But I can tell you're not that kind of guy. I can tell that you're a man of faith, and it's real. It's not for show. It's genuine.
Yes, sir.
And that's what one of my gifts is the ability to read people. But again, I feel so bad that you guys can't see me. I look great, by the way. I can say that now. I look like $1 million, the best I've looked in like 20 years. And I'm joking.
No, hey, I love it. I was laughing. How you doing?
Again, I just want to reiterate again, though. I'm going to do this show again with you, and we're going to do it. I'll do it with a real computer, and you're going to get 2 for 1, because we could do 20 shows, and you still want to get all the information I could give you.
Okay.
And the thing, the way I roll is, and I've rolled this way my whole life, is I never lie. I don't lie, and my dad taught me that, and the reason is all lying does is create more problems. You tell the truth right out of the gate, face the music, and it's over with. And the thing about it is, there's so many people out there that almost lie for a living, and I don't
like our government.
Like our government. And the thing is, I mean, I make it clear, and I don't accept that. And for being honest, a lot of people don't like me for that. But That's just the way. That's just the way it goes. I mean,
I agree, Lenny. The truth hurts. People don't like the truth, and I'm the same way. I'll tell you like it is and be honest and straightforward. And it's not very popular in this era, but we got to keep doing it. That's what our job is to do as men, is to stand on the truth, stand on God's principles, no matter if anybody else is or not. And, that's what I like about you too, because when I used to be on Twitter with you, you and I used to follow each other before I was permanently banned. And me and you would tag team a lot against the communists and the rhinos, and I loved it. And I just love that you were out there speaking it, because, like there's guys like you who've made it at a high level of baseball and fame, and still don't really stand on the principles and the truth, and they coward. But you don't, and you stand up for what's right. You don't care what people say, and I love that about you, man. And I'm grateful.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I mean, I was raised. I mean, that's how I was raised. I mean, look, the bottom line is no matter what we say or what we do or what we want to believe or what we think, is kids that grow up with parents that abuse them or treat them wrong, it affects the kids. I mean, there are some that done, but 99.9% of them kids are going to be affected. And somebody or everybody should consider themselves grateful to be raised by parents that raised them the right way. And that was me. I mean, I was adopted when I was 3 years old.
Oh, wow.
My real last name was Leswick. Oh. My grandfather and uncle played in the NHL, and both went to the Stanley Cups. So I'm full-blown Canadian, but when they had their son who married my mother, I remember him, the last time I saw him, I was 3 years old. He was showing my mom threw a shoe at him. And then I got adopted by my dad, who was a great man and my coach and everything else. And I don't even think about that. I mean, the bottom line is I consider myself to be fortunate to be raised by a family where they treated me right. And, I mean, I got whipped twice, okay, once for something I did when I was young. The other thing is, me and my brother were playing catch, and my dad had this old 63 Porsche. Ooh. And I threw a rocket right over my brother's head, and it hit the Porsche, and there was this big baseball dent in it. Oh, wow. I mean, oh my God. And I just knew, as soon as my dad walked in, it's just in the back of the room. And we go to the back of the room, and he starts whipping me, and I said, hey, Dad, are you done yet? Dad, you done? Meaning, that's how I was when I played baseball. But again, people don't, I guess the people that are raised with great parents, don't so much take it for granted, but don't understand what it's like to be raised in a family where it's an abusive, bad situation. But let's get off the negative and go to the positive, because we already had a negative.
Yeah, well, so you can actually, from what you were talking about, you can see that difference with President Trump's family compared to the Biden family, actually, from what you were saying. President Trump's family seems like they were raised with good values and principles, and you can see the difference with the Biden family, who's raised with corruption and, their dad showering with their daughter and selling out our country and stuff like that. So you definitely can see the difference. The
bottom line is Biden. I'm not gonna try to bury anybody right now, but how can he not? I mean, the guy's a fossil. Number one. Okay. Number two, right now you have a president and a vice president that are an embarrassment to this country. And I say that with not trying to, because I'm not even so much a Republican. I'm just for the best guy.
Yeah, I'm anti-communist myself.
Yeah, and the bottom line is the politics is, that's another thing that we go on about, and it's just, it just stays that way. I mean,
Yeah.
it's another rigged up system, kind of like baseball, kind of rigged up too, and everything's kind of. Anytime there's a lot of money involved in anything, it's always you got to think twice, and people make decisions they wouldn't normally make. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. So what do you when you say baseball was rigged? Like some people think it is. So what? Like what do you like rigged how in a way? What,
Oh, okay, that's a great question now because I don't want people to misunderstand what I was saying. Not rigged, but like set up, like like the games are fixed.
okay.
But rigged in a way where they have such control of the games. Meaning, what I'm saying is, I mean, they've changed so many rules since I played. I mean, like you extra innings, I think now they put a guy in second base, and
Yeah.
like we did in like high school playing little league,
Yeah.
And the thing about it is Major League Baseball is making so much money in TV. I mean, the fan, they're drawing a lot less than people, but they charge. I mean, to go to a game. I mean, I haven't been to a game in a long time, but one of my friends went to a game the other day, and he said it was him, his wife, and his one son, and it cost him $350.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean,
Yeah.
because remember, $350 isn't $350. I mean, if you're in a tax bracket, that's really $700.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of the things with baseball that kind of hurt the most is baseball controlled your money and they give you your paycheck. And so I want people to understand and think about this. For about 65 seconds, I was the highest paid player in the league. When I made $6.5 million. So my paycheck every 2 weeks was $250,000, but the gross amount was $500,000. So 250,000 would be taken away, and again, the whole tax system is. No, that's another situation.
Yes. That's theft. They're stealing from us. It's crazy that people have to pay taxes on their work. Like
I like what you think. You're on point there. And by the way, I got to look at you. You're not a bad looking dude, man. You know that?
Oh, thank you. You're not hashtagging wood me, are you? You're not going to hashtag wood, would you? Are you?
No.
I know. I just tease you.
We're good. But what I am going to do is, I don't know when your next show is. When is your next show?
Well, I kind of just pop in and out. I like to have quality. So when I have good quality guests like yourself and others on is when I kind of pop on. I got a few people wanting to come on here soon. So I can always
the next show is gonna be me and I'm gonna get any player you want from the Mets to get on there with me.
Okay.
And I mean both of us because again it's like it's the same story. Like I'll tell you my computer this and that. I mean, it's not like I don't know how to work computers. I've been doing it my whole life. I mean, but the reality is, it's kind of like if you show up at work and the meeting was at 9:00 and you get there at 10 because there was a car wreck and you couldn't move. People don't care. It's not about that. It's about the results. You either get it done or you don't get it done.
Yeah, and we'll get it done.
Yeah, we're getting it done. I mean, look, the bottom line is when I say we'll do it again live, this is kind of a little warm up for us. But I feel like I said, after we're done, I'm gonna go next door and rip that person's head off. I'm just joking.
All right,
nobody lives next door. Hey, so how old are you?
I'm 46. Actually, my birthday is on Tuesday, Lenny.
Wow, you're 46, dude. Wow,
Yes, sir.
you look great, man.
Oh, thank you very much.
I mean, I'm 60. Do you believe I'm 61 years old with mileage, bro?
Hey, man, you've put in, you've done a lot in your life, man. It's you're great. You should be great. You're grateful to be 61. Because how you doing from your stroke? How you holding up?
Yeah, that's rough, man. That's a good question because the wood's left the building for sure. Okay, and I know it's not a cussing show or nothing. That's why I said wood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can get away with that. That's not a bad word, right?
No, you can say anything you want on the show. This
So I'm
show.
just saying wood. Wood means, you know what wood means.
Oh, I do. Yeah, yeah. Would
Yeah,
would you?
So I said it in a nice way. Just like nails never fail, you know?
Yes, sir.
Meaning, but as the stroke, so wood is left the building, but that doesn't really matter because I made so many deposits, dude. I'm positive anyway, you know?
Yeah,
And,
I'm sure you have.
yeah.
You were
But
you were a stud, man, when you played.
well, the thing is I don't say this to brag. I don't say this because like I'm trying to like impress people. I don't roll that way. But it's not a coincidence that I went to the World Series with the Mets and the Phillies because I figured out at an early age how the game of baseball works and how to win games. And as a player, you know, hitting, there's only one way to hit. You hit either right or you hit wrong. Okay. And so I can give people out there listening that are baseball fans or have baseball kids or kids that are listening. So the reason you get 3 strikes is because the game is hard. Okay. So if you get 3 strikes and pitchers now are throwing 95 miles an hour, they're throwing curveballs when it counts 2-0, whatever. So the bottom line is you have complete control over the first two strikes, right? Meaning you don't get penalized if the count goes 0-2, correct?
Yep.
You're still in the game, right?
Yep.
So if that's the situation, you need to be sitting on one pitch in one area, and when you get it, you need to put that part of the bat on it and drive the ball fair. And you know who did that better than anybody?
You.
Daryl?
Pete Rose. Oh, Pete Rose.
Yeah,
now, isn't it a disgrace that he's not in the Hall of Fame?
What's first name?
What's that?
Pete Rose. His name is it Pete Rose?
Pete Rose that hit it hard.
First name. The stroke makes me forget first names.
Yeah, Pete Rose. You said it right. His name first, Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we were in an All-Star game in 1995, and it was in the one team I love that won't go with everybody for the gay guys, gay people.
Texas Rangers.
Yeah, Texas, right?
Yep.
So the bottom line is we were playing an All-Star game, and I was playing center field, and he was playing left field, and there's 2 things I can say about Pete Rose. The best player in the history of baseball, the biggest dick in the history of baseball. and that's a fact. I mean, but at the end of the day, it comes down to, winning. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, like when I played, it was a lot different than it is now. I mean, all the players are friends and talk to each other, and like I used to tell my teammates, I see you talking to the other team and fighting. I mean, listen, we're going to their house, we're taking their money, and we're doing their women.
Yeah.
Just saying, we didn't do that.
No, I know. I mean, that's a mentality. Like I played at high levels while at college, and then tried to make certain camps.
What college did you go to?
I played at Brescia University in Kentucky, and then LACC Junior College in Los Angeles.
Yeah, you're probably pretty good. You probably got a good eye.
That was all right.
That's a key to hitting. Anybody listening out there, that wants to understand how hitting works, it starts like this: swing strikes and take balls.
Yes, sir.
If you just do that, you're going to be successful. Okay. Now, that being said, the higher you move up, the better the pitchers get, and they can paint. When I say paint, they can throw the ball
Right where they want.
like, yeah, they like they can put
The
around
black.
the
They
black.
can paint the black. Yes.
Yeah, they could, the umpire could call it a ball or a strike, depending on how he felt. So I eliminated that part, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know, baseball life, it was very serious, and I wasn't voted the most hated player in the league 5 years in a row because they liked me.
Yeah.
I was voted by the opposing team, by the way.
Okay.
Okay. My teammates, of course, love me because I made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And but like I say, I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna try to say that, you know, baseball's changed. Everything's changed. Life has changed. You know.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you know, baseball, you know, I think falls short in is in their leadership. I mean, they know that Ron Darling faked cancer, and they know because I went to the doctor's house. He said diagnose him with cancer, and when I went to him, and I Pearl Harbor him, by the way. He was, you know what that means?
Yeah. You said in Pearl Harbor.
So what happened was I spent 2 years getting all the information I needed because I don't ever make a comment before I know
The facts.
it's an absolute fact.
Okay.
I'll never make a comment with absolute certainty unless I can prove 1,000,000% factual, you know, behind it. So even though I knew Darling faked cancer, and he faked cancer because the fans are calling for his job. But that being said, everybody kind of turned the other way, and so I got it all nailed down. But there's one guy that I have to go to, and he's the guy that Darling said diagnosed him with cancer. And so this doctor who lived he lived he lived up in mountain somewhere in New York. I must have drove. There must not have been a house within 20 miles from him. And I got there with my driver at about 8 in the morning. And so 6 hours went by. I sat in that car. And remember, he was my team doctor too, okay? Mm-hmm. So we both had the same team doctor. That's who died. That's who he used to diagnose him and when he had cancer. So, you know, they pull up, and, you know, him and his wife, you know, I can't remember his last name, but the doctor, our team doctor, because he was, you know, our team doctor. So they pull up, and talking about Pearl Harbor, and I get out and I run to them. Hey, Dr. So-and-so, it's so great to see you, man. You look great. Da, 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 da. I said, hey, you ever go back and see any of the guys anymore or go to any of the events? He said, since I retired, me and we just kind of relax and we take it easy. And I said, what about you don't even see like Hernandez or Strawberry or Carter or this is when he's alive, or you don't see Darling or anybody? He said, I haven't seen him in years, he said. The bottom line is he had no clue Ron Darling had cancer. And remember, in the letter, there's a letter that I have that Darling's lawyer wrote to MLB and to everyone else saying from this doctor that he diagnosed him with cancer. So the bottom line is Major League Baseball is so powerful and so strong is trying to go up against them is like going up against the United States Army, you know. And so, but I'm not done with that one yet. You know, I still got to finish that one off. But I mean, if you think about it, you know, 2 years went by, and so like, what's the commissioner going to do? Hold a press conference and say, ladies and gentlemen, you see, we got some bad news, and you know, it turns out that that crazy man Lenny Dykstra was right, and Ron Darling did fake cancer, and Dykstra proved it. So Dykstra's right and Darling's wrong. So well, they can't do that. So they just kind of buried it and let it die. And but they have to live with themselves every day, you know.
Yeah, but to not hold people accountable though, they hold like Pete Rose accountable for supposedly gambling on, and then they don't hold Shohei Ohtani responsible when he supposedly was the one that gambled, but they put it all on his translator. So it's like they allow certain players to get away with certain things, like the Astros players, who where they were wearing the equipment, they got away with it, but yet Pete Rose is still being blacklisted from the Hall of Fame.
Well, let me give you a quick fact. The 3 best players in the history of baseball. Okay, history is a big word, right?
Yes, sir.
You're talking about, we're going back to that dude named
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. And by the way, I'm third, and I'm going to say it because it's pretty powerful. There's a stat, and you can look it up, but it's a cool picture I have in my house. I had it in my house. I don't have a house anymore. I live in Scranton,
Pennsylvania. Oh, Mississippi.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. It should be Mississippi. Shouldn't be anywhere actually. But what it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna redo the whole interior. I'm starting right now, and I'm gonna take this piece of you know what, okay. But on the inside, walk in and there are people that say, "Oh my God," like, yeah, it's gonna be kind of fun. But the bottom line is in this game called life, it all comes down to winning and losing, and it doesn't matter how you win, as long as you don't get caught. Okay. Now that being said, you remember John Kruk, of course. John Kruk's a character. He locked next to me.
Oh yeah,
for years.
John Kruk for sure.
Yeah. So he wouldn't even take batting practice a lot, and he's overweight, and this guy would be the luckiest player. I mean, he'd bleed balls over the third baseman's head, and just, I mean, you know what I mean?
Because I do.
In baseball, see, the public doesn't understand that you play 192 games. Okay, so I mean, so you're playing every night basically.
Yeah.
And getting 5 at best. And by the way, there's one player that went to the plate more times than anybody in the history of baseball during the season. And again, I use the word history because we're going back to, way back, right?
Yeah.
Baseball didn't play a long time. Yeah, and so you're talking to him. It's me.
Huh.
But that's my life. It's a crazy life I've lived. Here's another stat, not bragging, because these are stats you need to know, because it's like when you think about it, you're going to say, what? So, as you know, a walk is not an at bat. Right?
That's right. That's correct.
Right. So how could somebody lead the league in walks and at bats?
Yeah, wow.
I did. That's my life, though. Another day in the life of Lenny Dykstra. It's like today. Like, I'm all prepared for you, man. I look good, too, bro. I look good, brother. I got a new shirt, man. I shaved. I have a little blood flow. I felt good. And I got this computer, this 19, two of the keys don't work, but I had it all worked up and it didn't work. But guess what? I failed. What I'm trying to say is, in life, you either get it done or you don't get it done. And so I strongly advise people to do their work and do what they have to do. And I don't mean break laws, and get it done.
Yeah.
Because getting it done is a lot easier than not getting it done. Because when you don't get it done, you got to face consequences. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Well, in this era, some people don't face consequences, but you used to, yes, for sure. And speaking of that, so I actually loved the game when you played it compared to baseball now. Baseball's really it's kind of tough to watch now compared to 80s and 90s and 2000s.
That's funny you said that, man. I think me and you think alike. I'm sure we don't party alike, but we think alike.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd love to party with you and see what it's like to party with you.
Yeah, you know it's weird. And it's true. It's true. Like since I had the stroke,
Mm-hmm.
like stuff like alcohol and stuff like that. It just doesn't taste any good. It's not.
Yeah, it's not really good for you anyway. It's just
exactly. So maybe I had a stroke because they wanted me to quit that, but I'm gonna go on the record and say I haven't done this in my public this yet, but there's gonna be something. There's gonna be a really really special once lifetime. It's no one's ever done this before, and so I'm gonna lead a team for everybody that's had a stroke, and it'll be once a week where we meet, because until you've had a stroke, you don't know what it feels like. There's not a lot to look forward to. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so this group, and it's not going to be the meeting, the weekly, monthly show won't be about a stroke. So it'll be something where the people with strokes have some they can enjoy and look forward to. Like each month there'll be a new guest speaker, and I'm really excited because I'm actually doing something where I'm going to help people, because when I was going through my therapy and I was in the hospital for 2 months, and I was talking to all the people that were in there that had strokes. They were all miserable. It was the same thing. They had nothing to look forward to. And so I'm really excited. The show is getting closer and closer. And again, I'll lead it off and I'll say, I'm running extra. I played in 2 World Series. I was a 3-time All-Star. I led the league in hits 2 years. But guess what? I'm just like you.
Yep. Well, do you think, Lenny, let me ask you real quick. So do you think God gave you another opportunity after this stroke to give back, to do what you're about to do, to make a difference in other people's lives, to kind of serve God now rather than like serve the world?
That's a great point. And the thing is, and I think that's a great point, not just to say that it's not courtesy. I say that's a great point. You know how people say, oh, that's a great point, the courtesy rap?
Yes, sir.
That wasn't courtesy rap. That was a great point, because I was kind of going at a level that something was going to happen bad and really bad. So almost like God, I had the stroke
to wake you up, maybe.
Well, not live the way I was living when I was, like there was no boundaries. I just did what I wanted when I wanted. Now I don't do that. I mean, the only thing I got now is just on a computer. But again, I do think you're right about that because I was on a mission or a path that I did whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and without thinking about the consequences. And now, when you have a stroke, that's not even something that is interesting to you or fun. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what's going to be fun is helping or giving all these people, and there's millions right away.
I agree. Serving others and serving God is the most joy you'll ever get, Lenny. Like I chase. So
I like the way you're a real believer. You're not fake. You really do believe in God.
I do. I've been in the pits of hell. He's picked me up out of, I've chased the worldly dreams of trying to become a major league baseball player, being a Hollywood actor, and all that stuff. And it never.
Really? You wanted to be a major league baseball player?
Yeah, I lived deep, dreamed and slept it.
Yeah, and then you wanted to be an actor.
Yeah, I did all that stuff, and then it never fulfilled me.
Women, you must love women.
You must love what?
You must love women.
Women, that is my weakness. Yes, sir.
Nah, man, me and you, we get along. Me and you already, buddies.
Yes, sir. Hey, what was the worst slump buster you ever had? in what city?
What?
The worst
slump buster?
Yeah, what was your worst slump buster in what city?
I'm all over here, so I'll tell you what I figured out. The bottom line is look, here's the deal. Look, first of all, you look left, okay?
I look what?
You look left.
I look left?
Left. You look left. So what I'm saying is once it's in, it's in.
Oh.
Okay, and now you look left, okay?
Yes,
you
sir.
Look left. Listen, look left, make your deposit, towel off, get the hell out of there. But you know what? You clean your pipes and we gotta clean our pipes but the way you do it is you look left,
okay,
and you have to have the towel ready right there, and then there's a bolt out of there, and you don't feel as bad because you helped someone there. You helped a person that doesn't get much attention. So I spin it the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I ain't looking any way these days, dude, because the wood has left the building.
Well, and for me, I'm trying to be better spiritually, so I understand that too.
Yeah. Hey, you're on the right path. Are you married?
No, sir. I'd like to one day and have some kids. Do you have kids, Lenny?
Yeah, I do have two great kids. I have both of them play AAA, and
cool.
They could have made it to the big leagues, but they didn't work hard enough. And the reason that is because they grew up privileged. See, so I grew up fighting for a bed, meaning I had 3 sisters and 3 brothers, and I mean we decided to split up. Bob's big boy hammer with my brother, but I knew my way out of the mill was baseball because that's where my gift was. So I had one friend growing up, okay, and the only reason I had one friend growing up was so I had somebody to play catch with. Okay. And before I did anything, I would say to myself, if I do this, will it give me a better chance to make it to the big leagues? If the answer was no, I didn't do it. I never had a drink. I never went to a dance. I had a few pipe cleaners. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Yeah.
Okay. But what I'm trying to say is I was on a mission of mercy to get out of the middle, and my gift was baseball. And I was too small. 5'9" nowadays, like these guys are big, strong players, man.
Yeah.
And by the way, they're much better players too.
You think so?
When I say that because that's how life works. As we get older, we learn more and da 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 da.
Yeah, but Lenny, if you look at their averages, most of them aren't even hitting above 200. It's either home runs or striking out, and
yeah, it is, and the reason that is is because they don't hit right. Okay. Meaning, like
They don't hit it where it's pitched and all that stuff.
You gotta simplify it. You gotta do it real simple, man. You get 3 strikes for a reason because the game's hard. So if you get 3 strikes, who in their right mind would not sit on one pitch in one area, okay, for the first 2 strikes? Remember, if you guess wrong, you see, the thing is, you have to understand something. These guys are bringing it. When I say bringing it, they're throwing 95 mile an hour. Okay,
they're throwing.
So if you're not sitting on a fastball, okay, you're not going to put the fat part of the bat on the ball. You're going to foul off or whatever. So, and by the way, and by doing that, sitting. So let's say.
You always sit fastball and adjust the curves and change ups and different.
I wouldn't adjust to nothing until I got 2 strikes.
Okay.
So when I'd get up, I would sit on one pitch in one area, okay? And no matter what happened, and by the way, that's probably why I led the league in wash 2 years, because it made me, like, if I was sitting on a fastball and they threw a curveball, I didn't swing at it. And then, I was in complete I was in control until I got 2 strikes. Once I got 2 strikes, I then became on defense, and I'd step out of the box and I'd say, okay, what's he got? He's got a curveball, he's got a changeup, he's got a fastball. And, okay, so, but I wouldn't guess like I did. Remember, the first 2 strikes, I was in control because I didn't get penalized if I guessed wrong. But if I guessed right, okay, then I hit the ball hard and I get good results. Because the bottom line is the pitchers are so good, and what's changed a lot now, and why the strikeouts have advanced to a level that are almost unfathomable. Like you're seeing guys strike out, like, how many guys strike out 150 times? That's like nothing nowadays.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, so if you do that, see, because what happens is when you're playing every day, okay, you go in streaks where you'll go 3 for 3 and you'll say, God, I got it, man. Finally figured it out. Oh my God.
Yes.
And then you know how it is, you played, and then next thing you know, you're 0 for 4, and so what do? What do most players do? 99% of the players do. They sit and they don't really sit on anything. They just kind of look for the ball and don't have a plan. So you have to have a plan going in, and that plan is, and you have to believe in that plan. What I'm saying is, so when I sat on one pitch in one area till I got 2 strikes, okay, that plan worked, okay, because it made me lay off pitches that maybe I would have swung at if I didn't. What I'm trying to say is, I wasn't out there just hacking away like a lot of these guys are.
Yeah.
Like when you see a guy.
Well, and you're the leadoff hitter too, so you want to kind of let the pitcher show a lot of his stuff. You're kind of giving a glance for the rest of your teammates. Your job's to get on base.
And that's a great point. By the way, being a leadoff hitter
on the road. Yeah, tell me about being a leadoff hitter on the road.
Yeah, how do you know, bro? You're on point. I like it because somebody tell you that.
What?
About my story about being a leadoff hitter.
No, I don't know it actually. I just kind of wonder what it's like.
Yeah, wow, man, you're a smart dude. Because being a leadoff hitter on the road, dude, remember, for that particular moment, okay, say there's 50 million people in the stands. I don't know if you're watching on TV. For that particular moment, remember, I let off, okay, and on the road, you're the first hitter of the game.
Mm-hmm.
They can't start the game until you get in the box, right?
Yeah.
Who are they going to pitch to? Nobody? So the bottom line is, like, I'd walk, take a long, like we played the Braves. Like long walk almost to their dugout. Like right at their manager. Who was that manager? That's
Bobby
forever.
Coxon, or
Coxon out of the All-Star game '93. I mean, and so every time we played the Braves, I'd go work right as soon as I got look at him in the face. I'd say, "Fuck you."
you'd say "fuck you"? Is that what you said?
Yeah, every time, every at bat. Leading off the game, I'm saying. So when I led off the game, I was the guy with the 15-inch cock, okay? I was the guy that was in control. I was the guy that nobody could do anything until I got in the box. And until I got in the box, they can't start the game. And see, that got me off, okay? That was control. That was power. And by the way, I wasn't voted the most hated player in the league 5 years in a row for no reason because of that kind of shit. But that kind of shit pisses the other team off and it makes them affects the way they play. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did. Okay.
Yeah. Who was the toughest Braves pitcher that you faced in that era with Maddox, Smoltz, Glavine, Avery?
Yeah, well, Avery, I owned Avery through doo-doo. Yeah. But they all did. I mean, look, here's the deal with the Braves pitchers. And it's a good point for any young people listening that are pitchers or anybody that coaches or whatever is, and I said this earlier, it's all about strikes, throwing strikes and using your weapons. When I say your weapons, okay, you have 8 fielders out there, okay? And so not only do they have to hit it, they have to hit it where that person's not standing, okay? Which is why, if you think about it,
baseball's the hardest game.
This fail 70% of the time. Mm-hmm. One of their businesses are out there in this world where, hey, guess what? You know what? You're going to be the highest paid player in the league if you can fail just 70% of the time. You think you can do that? No. But in baseball, if you hit 70% of the time, means you hit 300.
Yep.
Which means you're going to make $25-30 million.
And you'll probably make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And, the thing is it's all the little things that matter, though. And the little things have kind of left the building when it comes to baseball. And you talked about it earlier, and you were right on the money when you said, guys are striking out more than they've ever struck out. It's either a home run or a strikeout. And again, that I mean, look, the pitchers are way better. And when I say way better, why I say that is because remember, so when you're hitting, I told you before, yeah, you're sitting on one pitch in one area. So if you get the count 1-0 or say 2-0, obviously you're going to sell on a fastball, right?
Yes, sir.
But you know what they're throwing now? Curveballs, changeups. Yep. They don't care because they're that good. But at the end of the day, unless you have a plan day in, day out, if you're an everyday player that you believe in, you have to believe, and 90% of players keep those switch plans or do this or that, and because they don't have the confidence or they don't know. Okay, like I did, I knew when I went to the plate that I was giving myself the best chance to succeed every time because I figured it out. Okay, I mean, when I say I figured it out, you get 3 strikes for a reason. The game's hard.
Yes, okay? It's the hardest sport to play. Hardest sport to play.
Take advantage of the first 2. You're in charge. Take advantage of them. Okay, now when you get 2 strikes, you have to back out, and you got to think to yourself, okay, what's he got? He's got this, and this, and this. You're not guessing on for anything. All you're doing is protecting. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that being said, You are right. The game strikeouts have kind of gotten to a point where it's a little like out of control. But that's what it is, you know. And it's again that's just the way it works. But again, I want to apologize for not getting on the phone with you. Because otherwise, my front teeth, I lost. Someone stole my front teeth.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so I have to get a new teeth. So at least nobody would have laughed at me today. Because, but I mean, look, I gave you my word. I'm going to do your show again, and I'll bring one of my teammates with me, and we'll talk about some good stuff.
Okay. Do you want to bring your best friend Ron Darling with you, or?
Yeah, you're a funny man. What was the movie? They're all eating dinner, you're laughing, and what's so funny? He said.
Oh yeah.
The little what was that little actor's name?
Yeah, I forget what it is, but I think I know what you're talking about. I just don't know it.
Yeah, but I mean, look, where is your show at? Where is it?
Well, so I film it from my home in Florida, like Clearwater, Florida, where the Phillies spring training is.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time in Clearwater. In fact, I mean, I got a lot of did well there. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. And when are you coming back down here?
And I'll be back. I'm coming. There's something going on in Florida. Not too far from now, but Florida to me is again when you go up in California.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though it's the land of the great pretenders, I mean, and everybody is your friend till they find someone better. It's just the people are the worst there. I mean, again, I have nothing against gay people. I mean, come on, who chooses to wake up next to another man's hairy ass?
Yeah,
it's not a choice, dude.
Now I can see why women might like other women because women are beautiful. It is hard.
Well, you can't help that, brother. I mean, are you serious? Come on, dude. You better kill me, motherfucker. Okay, you better kill me dead.
Yeah.
But again, I don't judge them because they can't help it, dude. And they fight it, But that being said, if you're a dream job is you're a gay baseball player. I mean, think of that. You have to shower with all the fucking studs. I mean,
well, Billy Bean, right? Wasn't he gay?
Oh, the other Billy Bean, not the Billy Bean, the manager, but
no, the general manager from the A's.
You know that 3 out of 10 people are gay, right?
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, and I'll just make it clear, I'm not one of the 3.
Oh yeah, no.
In fact, I'll make that crystal clear.
Yeah.
If somebody put a dick in my ass, you better fucking kill me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, dead. I'm talking about dead. You know?
For sure.
So, hey, what time is it? How are we doing?
It's 7:11.
What time?
It's 7:11.
Now that gets me off, dude.
That pissed you off?
That gets me off.
That gets you off?
Yeah, the way he said 7-Eleven. But see, I'm lucky as fuck, by the way. You know what? And good shit's gonna happen to you too. Watch. You know, I'm just one of them dudes that like born lucky. You know, like just like those dudes that are born unlucky and like, oh no, what's gonna happen that way around them? You know.
Yes, sir.
So
you're born. I would say you're born blessed, Lenny, instead of lucky.
Yeah, I like that word, dude. I like how strong. What's the
convictions?
Is it on the phone? I like how strong. And I say this being completely honest. I like how strong and committed and how much you really do believe in God.
Oh, I do. I love him more. He's my number one. He's who I try to serve the best I can every day, even though
When
I
did you
fail
become
him.
close to God? When did God become a part of your life?
Well, so I got saved at 14, Lenny, but I didn't always serve him.
When you say you got saved, what does that mean?
That means
I saved a lot of women.
no. So what it means is
I'm kind of serious now. What does that mean?
yeah, no. So what it means is I acknowledge God, that God sent His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for all of our sins, and He conquered death in the grave 3 days later in order for me and that's what His grace and His mercy, what He did for us, takes away any sins that I commit. God's paid for them already.
So when I hear someone speak with the commitment and speak with true passion, compassion, and true belief, because you know when people there are that say they believe in God, da da da,
Yes,
saying it to say it, but what I like is that you're saying it because you truly do believe in God, and you truly do believe that by living the way you live, that you'll go to heaven, and which you believe there's a heaven, right?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go to heaven because I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. He's because He died on the cross for all of us, for you, me, even pedophiles. He died on the cross for all of us. And when we acknowledge that, we're going to go to heaven. We don't go to heaven because of our works. Like there's nothing that I can ever do to earn my way into heaven, because I'm a sinner saved by grace, Lenny. I screw up. I fail God every day still. And
yeah, I like your honesty, bro. I mean, we all do. I mean, and the thing about it, I mean, you guys fail God every day. I fail Him every hour.
Yeah, probably me too, Lenny.
I'm joking, bro.
No, I'm just saying I could too be too. Who knows?
Yeah, you are. And by the way, dude, when I hear you speaking about that, I can feel the true passion and how real. It's not just saying it to say it because people want to hear it. You're saying it because you truly believe it.
Yes, sir. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual.
That right there is impressive, and that makes you a man. Okay, meaning because you fought and you look, and you probably a lot of people probably went through a lot of the hassles and this and that, but
I have.
Yeah, you have, right?
Yes, sir. I've been through physical, mentally, sexual abuse as a child.
At the end of the day, though, at the end of the day, you're able to calm down and think or talk to God and get to the next day, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
See, so I'm in that point right now where I'm not gonna lie. I told you before, I never lie. In fact, it's got me in a lot of trouble. It got me in a lot of fights, and because all lying does is make the problems worse and prolongs problems.
For sure.
So I just tell the truth straight out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like if a chick's ugly, I'll say, you know what, you're an ugly bitch. I'm joking, dude.
No, I love it. It's funny either way.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, dude, I mean, let's just be honest with each other. Of course, God is number one, but let's just like whoever wants to go against me can go against me, but they'll just be lying to themselves. Number two is money, because without money, you got your dick in your hand. And number three is pussy. So without those, you have God, you have money, and you have pussy. And that's a wrap right there.
Yeah, but hopefully the people that have money are the ones, they're the good people, because money is the root of all evil. The love of money, the greed, the seven deadly sins.
Right. I'm not talking about money like crazy money.
Yeah.
I'm talking about enough money to live on, to help people and give money away and do stuff like that. And that's what I'm excited about with this new business that we're going to open. That it's going to be for cancer. All people that have had the same thing that I've had. It's going to raise a whole bunch of money, and it's for a good cause, because unless you've had a stroke, okay, like it's hard to explain what it really feels like.
I'm sure. Can you actually go through like when it was happening? What did you feel and what did you experience?
Yeah, that was actually the oddest, like most like peculiar or like unexplainable feeling, because I didn't have pain. Like what I'm trying to say is, usually when you have something bad like that, you have pain. You know what I mean? And but I just kind of sort of like like I was doing things that the person I was living with was telling me that I did. I said, "What? I did what?" And so so again, um, the way I live my life now, opposed to before I had this, is like 9 day. I mean, I mean, I just, again, it's, and so I wonder if maybe that was God working. Maybe God,
Definitely.
because if I didn't have that stroke, I'd probably be dead.
Yes.
Because I'm one of them guys that will just keep going and they're going to play baseball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do.
You know, and so, but again, when you have a stroke, it just doesn't, nothing tastes the same, and you know what I mean, and it's just so much different. But I'm fully, like, my mind is right. As you can tell, I'm sharp. I do have forget some things, but
you can do better than the president of the United States.
Oh, he's a joke, too. It's like I can't even talk about this government. It's just, I mean, what about the vice president? Like,
she's
really?
awful. She's even worse.
Like, really, dude? Like, really? By the way, she was a governor, I think, in California when I was growing up there.
And attorney general as well.
She blew up California, dude.
She sure did.
And the thing about it is the guy there, that's the president right now. Again, I'm not trying to bury anybody or be political, but he's a fossil.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a fossil, dude. I mean, it doesn't matter when you get old, your shit don't work as good. I mean, he's 80-something years old, isn't he?
We're talking Biden, right? Yeah, he's in his 80s for sure. I don't know.
He's in your 80s, dude. I mean, you're not. I mean, you're trying to, and you're in charge of our country.
Yeah, I mean, you look at California had Dianne Feinstein, who was 90-something as a senator, who just died like a year ago. I'm like, how do these people stay in office at this age?
Yeah, that's all, whatever. But I mean, we got a president that's approaching 90 years old that is in charge of this country. But and I have a problem with that, because if something happens to him, then it's in charge.
Yeah, Kamala.
Oh my God, dude! But at the end of the day, your boy. I know. Again, not trying to brag or anything, but I know Donald Trump very, very well.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I play golf with him a lot.
Oh man, he's the great. To me, he's the greatest of all time. I ran for United States Congress trying to get his endorsement, but I could never get to him. So tell him I said hello. Tell him I said hello.
He was. So the Dodgers were playing, And I got a call from his assistant and invited me to the private suite and said you're going to be joining
President Trump.
the black lady singer. He's awesome. You know what I'm talking about?
Lead singer for who?
He's a black dude. Um,
Hootie and the Blowfish?
No, he's a single singer. He's half African. His mom was the actress on I can't remember his name. But then the other guy, another famous actor were there. And when the president came in, he was so different than he is now. Meaning, now everything's powerful and high strung, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But he's so calm and he's again, look, I mean, he's got his flaws like everyone else, but
yeah,
he's definitely gonna. He's definitely the right man for the job. I mean,
yes.
This fossil that's in there now. I mean, dude, this guy's making decisions. I don't know. Is he making decisions?
No, Obama is probably pulling his strings.
Obama's gay. You know that, right?
Yeah. Well, so his supposed wife his name is Michael Robinson, who's a dude.
What happened in this country, bro?
Well, we allowed Marxist, communist, evil people to take over, and they changed our culture. They took God out of the principles of all of our nation. We're founded on Judeo-Christian
right
principles.
But they fake it. No, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Hey, dude, again, I don't really like him, but I mean, but he's gonna give the guy credit. He's a badass. That dude over there in Russia, dude.
Yeah, Putin.
Huh?
Putin, yeah, he whipped that.
Hey, that dude don't fuck around, dude. I mean, okay. I mean, what I used to do when I was swimming in money, I had my own jet.
Oh wow!
Every year, in the middle of the winter, I'd fly to Russia. Okay,
mm-hmm.
on the worst day of the year, the coldest, worst day of the year, just to feel and experience that misery. Okay, and which made me grateful and understand, because sometimes we take things for granted,
Yes,
and that's easy to do.
Yes,
but God, do you talk about? I mean, no wonder they all drink over there, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. But again, we do live in the greatest country in the world, and the politics systems is something that we can't control. But what it is what it is, and at the end of the day, dude, you're going the right place. You're on the right track, and you're on the track that I want to get on. Okay.
You will just keep the faith, just keep praying to God and surrendering to Him, and you'll get there. Like Lenny, I'm still working on it myself every day too. Like you asked me earlier, my biggest weakness is ladies. I try to not get involved with them because it can, obviously I want to be married and have kids, but
you're single, it's okay. And by the way, if you ever get shut out and need a little help, just you got my number now.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
I'm single too, by the way.
Well, you should come down when you come down to Florida. Maybe we need to go out.
Florida, dude, we can't talk on the air, but it'll be really fun. Fun, because life is about. We forget sometimes, don't we?
Yes.
That life is about being happy, trying to have something to look forward to smile, to you know what I mean?
I do.
And with all the pressure and all the stress and the money and this and that, well, we forget that every day above ground and then we're healthy is another great day.
I say that every day when I wake up, Lenny. So this is how I start my day. I say, Lord, today is the day that you have made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for my health. Because no matter what happens now the rest of the day, good or bad, I'm alive and I have a chance.
You know what? You know what I like is when you speak about God, you speak with complete honesty and complete 1,000,000%
Conviction.
Not like all these fakes. When I hear you speak, I can feel it, and for that, um, you're gonna be rewarded because that's the right way. Okay, we all know that. Anybody that tries to deny that or say that that's the wrong is just saying. But a lot of people can't make that commitment, and I'm one of them. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe in God. I definitely believe in God. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out that whole, like, the first two people on the earth. Who were they?
Adam and Eve.
I mean, why did he do that? That poor guy, Adam. Eventually, he had to go in, didn't he?
Well, so like all they had to do was not eat the apple from the tree that God told them not.
Adam had to go in. He finally had to go in, though, right?
Well, after Eve tricked him, and what happened? Then yes,
he went in. He had no coat on either. He went in and no coat.
Yeah, once the lady deceived him and he ate the apple, they realized they were naked, and unfortunately, yeah, then they had to start wearing clothes.
Well, that's the way. That's called being. That's human. You're human.
Yeah. Could you imagine actually if people walked around today, Lenny, as fat as Americans are, how many fat, ugly bodies we'd be seeing walking around? Ugh.
You're funny, man. I like you, man. You know that I like you.
Well, thank
when
you.
we meet in person, and when I say something, I mean it. So when I say I'm gonna do your show again, I'm gonna try to do it when I come to Florida. And I'll let you know and give you enough notice.
Okay.
And we'll do it in person. And since we're both not married afterwards, it will be not only will it be a great show, it will be a great night, if you know what I mean.
Yes, sir. Maybe we can get Ric Flair to join us too. Woo!
All right, man. Well, listen. What time is it?
It's 7:30.
It's 7:30. So I think we're good, right?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you one thing before you go, if you don't mind.
I mean, look, we can go to 8:30. I don't care. It's up to you.
Well, it's up to you. I don't.
The bottom line is, I'm joking. The bottom line is what I am going to do though is when I tell you something, I give you my word, and then I give you my word. Then that's going to happen.
Okay.
So
we'll do it next time for sure.
Well, yeah. What are you asking though?
Well, I was going to ask you about a quick question about Dave Hollins. Dave Hollins, as tough as some of his other teammates, was he as tough as some of his other teammates' claims?
Okay. That's so funny you asked about Dave Hollins because it's a name that's not known very well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Hollins was my best friend in baseball. And Dave Hollins was the toughest, meanest, most wicked player that I ever played with. I played with everyone. In fact, when we traded him, okay, when we were at the Phillies, Pergosi called me and said, "Hey, listen, man, you gotta go tell your boy that we just traded him." That's how this guy was the toughest.
The manager told you had to go tell him?
Yeah, man, that's how intimidating he was. He was, I mean, but a great dude, and that whole Met team was a crazy team, but that was the year that we flipped Philadelphia upside down, and unfortunately we had this guy named Mitch Williams who knew how to hit barrels and barrels and more barrels and more barrels.
That's funny. Now, did you play with Scott Rowland? Was he there yet?
Who's that?
Scott Rowland?
Yeah, third baseman?
Yep.
He just came up as a rookie, and I spoke to him. He played his first year, and I spoke to him and kind of told him a few things, but he was extremely talented, big, strong guy and a great guy, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, Lenny, I appreciate you coming on, and I look forward to having you on again for real. And this is just a real blessing to kind of have the warm up game.
I'm sorry about my breakdown here, but and again, I can blame it on the computer and
yeah, it's okay.
But guess what? People don't care.
Yeah, shit happens.
You know why? It's all about the results. So to get the results next time, I'm gonna physically show up in your place and be there, and I'll be there early.
Okay, I love it.
So again, I apologize to all your listeners. I apologize to you and but it was my fault. I own it. You know, I'm not gonna make excuses, but I still think we had a great show. I really enjoyed speaking with you, and I can tell that you're the kind of person that I want in my foxhole.
Yes, sir. I'm third generation military, so I understand that expression very well. And same to you, Lenny. I'm so grateful to have you on, and just so grateful for the spring training game that we had today. And I look forward to our big league debut next time. And just really grateful that people got to hear from you personally. And man,
thank you so much, man. That means a lot. And again, I apologize again for the.
Don't worry about it. It's all right.
But I still think that we had a successful show, and I think that your people listening learned a lot and get to hear some things that they didn't know before. And at the end of the day, that means something.
Yes, sir. And if you ever need a buddy, please reach out. You know, just even someone to talk to if you're feeling down or something. I'm here, brother, for you in the foxhole.
You know what? And I believe that too, and I appreciate that. And the only problem is you might get a call every night.
If that's the case, that's okay.
I'm just joking, bro. I'm just joking.
Hey.
Listen, have a great one, and I'm going to be in Philadelphia probably the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, and I'll give you a couple week notice, and we'll do exactly what I said we'll do. And again, I apologize to all your listeners for my failure to get the thing right, but overall, I think it was a great show, and I really enjoyed the time I got to spend with you, and I look forward to the next time.
Yes, sir. Me too. Take care. God bless you, Lenny.
Hey, you too. Bye-bye.
See you. Well, that was Lenny Dykstra, everyone. So grateful to have him on. I hope you all stayed with us. Hope you guys didn't leave, you know, during the technical difficulties and all that. Things happen. Shit happens, you know. And I think you still got a great quality show today. Lenny Dykstra, man. How cool was that? You know, he's kept it real. He's honest and humble. And that's what life's about, man. Like we us men, we need to step up. You know, he held himself accountable. That's what it is about accountability. He didn't have to, you know, it's no big deal. Shit happens, technical issues happen, but he manned up. You know, he manned up, stated it was his fault, and he's coming back on. That's the cool thing about it. He'll be back on, hopefully, and he said in person even. That's pretty cool. But I just really hope for people who struggle with things like Lenny has, or even me, like I've struggled. Like I'm an imperfect man, that is for sure. But I do. My number one principle is to try to serve God, to allow Him to lead and guide me the best that I can. You know, like I said, I screw up every day. You know, we all fall short, but just don't be hypocrites about it. Don't be a liar about it and deceive people. And, you know, just be you, just be humble, admit your flaws and your mistakes and move on, you know, and That's just what it's about, man. Manning up. We had a good toxic masculinity show today. We talked men stuff, and I just want to say again, God bless everybody. I hope you all had a great Independence Day. We're gonna have we're we're lining guests up here and there. I got people that are reaching out to get on and come on. You know, summer's kind of slow just because everybody's doing their own things. Summer's really, you know, I know there's nothing on TV, so people probably would rather tune in to stuff like this and check it out. But and we'll have other shows probably throughout the summer, but it'll gear up, you know, fall season with all the politics and everything that's going on. And I'm working on trying to get other wrestlers on, and if I can, if anybody knows Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair, you know, please let me know on how I can get a hold of them and get them on the show. But it was cool, man. Thank you, Lenny Dykstra, for today. And you know, speaking of men, let's kind of just go from there real quick. You know, men have been failing in this war that we've been fighting. The women, like I've stated before, the women have been leading the way in this war of good versus evil. It's time the men step up. It's time that we really take this serious because our republic is on the line. It's not a democracy. Remember, we are a republic. And in order for evil to prevail is for good men to do nothing. And that means even if you're the only man standing against evil, if you're the only man standing against people who are attacking you and making up lies about you and deceiving others about you, it's still standing up to that. But, you know, allow God to get the vengeance for you and the revenge. That's the toughest part because sometimes you want to fight because you're a fighter. Like me, I'm a fighter. I'm not a fighter, like I'm a lover first, but when you get the first punch thrown at you, yeah, I'm a fighter then. I'm resilient. I don't like to let the evil get away with what they're doing because when you've looked the evil scum in their eyes, the demons, and you still choose God. It's not easy, but it's the greatest blessing in the world. You know, and I really pray our republic gets saved. It's going to take a miracle by God because everybody's just too lazy, too distracted. It seems like people don't care. They don't care enough, we'll say, to do anything about it. And when that dollar crashes or the economy crashes, maybe people will do something about it by then, but by then it might be too late. Just don't get stuck in those concentration camps that they're building. You know, communism's here. Marxism's here. They're going after your children. And if you're okay with that, then keep sitting on your butt and doing nothing about it. I know the moms haven't. The moms have been fighting like crazy, tooth and nail. But the men have to follow under God. Put the core as God. Pray, surrender, lead the way that way. And then everything else takes care of itself. Whether you're married, it'll take care of your marriage. Because if you got God, you and your wife, you're solid, brother. You're solid. And sometimes if you need a brother, man, lean on another brother in Christ. Because, man, it is hard. It's not. Now, when you believe in Jesus, it doesn't mean things get easier. It's the complete opposite, actually. But what it is you just have peace. You have a relaxation over you that, you know it's going to be handled. Because God doesn't give you anything you cannot handle. So just remember that. Just do something simple every day. Pray, and then serve somebody. Do something for somebody else. Don't be selfish. Don't be a narcissist. Don't focus on, oh, it's about me, because none of this is about any of us. Not one person. It's about collective people as a human race, as a believer in Jesus Christ. It's about all of us. It's about the bride. It's about the church. It's about surrendering to God and allowing God, Jesus Christ, to lead and guide our lives. And yet, we still live in a sinful world, and we're going to have distractions. We're going to get distracted, and it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. Like I said, I fail every day. And but I try to go the best route I can possible. And you know, I've chased so many dreams, and I think the reason why I never completely got there is because I think God kept me from getting there because it could have really destroyed my spirituality. It could have maybe never. I may have never wanted to go back to God, and but in the end, the devil is a liar. The devil will never destroy me because I have God, because God already won this. So now it's our duty as people, as men, to stand up against it all together. It's even in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So as I leave you here, post 4th of July, Independence Day weekend, still celebration. Remember the men who stormed the beaches of Normandy. Remember World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korean War, Vietnam War. It's the men and women that laid down their lives that gave us this freedom. But it's also God who sent his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for all of our sins. He is the ultimate one that gave us our freedoms. So soldiers and God and Jesus, only ones that have ever sacrificed blood. So that way we can have our rights and privileges that we have here in this great nation. So what are you going to do about it? What sacrifices are you going to make for your children and your children's future? For your legacy, your bloodline? What are you willing to sacrifice in order to save this republic? Just want to leave you guys with that. And I appreciate you all tuning in and staying patient today. I know it's tough to stay patient in this distracted world that we live in today. But until next time, I'll see you. But God bless you, and God bless this republic. Pay attention. Make sure you vote in the primaries in August that are coming up. That's the main thing, because you got to get rid of all the communists and all the rhinos who are the same. Look over your ballots. Vote no on all the amendments. Any amendment that you don't understand or it's not clear, just vote no. It's the safest way to go, because if you say yes, you might be voting to raise your property taxes like they have done in my county twice in the same election year. Excuse me. Who does that? Morons. People who don't do research. People who just say, oh, hey, follow that, vote for this, follow me. As they're telling you, yeah, we passed constitutional carry, guys. Vote for me. Stake with me because we passed constitutional carry, which they didn't. And people are starting to carry their guns openly and thinking they can. And like, no, man. And so people are get very deceived easily. We need to pray for discernment, pray for wisdom, strength, and knowledge and health. Those are the main things. If you have health and you have the family and friends that you have everything. You have everything, man. It's not about materials. It's not about how much money you have. Because remember, you're not better than anybody else. I'm not better than anybody else. We're all the same. God created all men equally and in his image. So God bless you. Peace out.